Hello, everybody. God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. Um, I want to talk to you a little bit about the coronavirus and what I want to share with you what God has been giving to me. Um, last week I made a video on the free mandatory medicine that free mandatory soda pop they want to enforce on us. And I shared also with you the dreams I had um, over the course of 30 years about the free medicine that the free mandatory medicine that Joe Biden is offering us to keep us well. As you probably remember if you watched my video, that over 30 years God gave me 3 dreams on the matter. I forgot about the dreams until a couple of weeks ago. God reminded me of them. But in these dreams, I saw people being pursued by the first dream I saw myself being pursued by a human to force this free mandatory medicine on me. The second dream, I was being pursued by a person who looked human, but he was not human. He was one of those guys we call men in black, or one of those guys we call the agents, like in the Matrix, in the movie The Matrix. He was like one of the agents, or men in black. The third dream was I was being pursued by actually an alien. Okay, and they were administering the free medicine that Joe Biden wants us to have, the free soda pop. Okay, so I want to share with you another dream that, I'm going to remind you of another dream that I told you about. I'm really just now starting to understand these dreams. I've had these dreams many, many years ago, and I'm just now starting to understand them. Over the course of probably 10 years, I used to have these dreams of, when I would lay down at night, I would have, I don't know if you can call them out-of-body experiences or what, but I would take these spiritual trips, and sometime I would get out of my bed, I would just get out of my body, out of my bed, go outside. I would look up in the sky, and I would see a cluster of red stars. Now, I made a video on this once before, but anyway, that happened several times. I don't know how many times, 6, 7, 8 times. And in one of the dreams, I asked somebody in the dream, what are those stars, those red stars in the east? I said, in the east. And the answer was, that's the coronal crown rim. Coronal crown rim. Okay. This was about 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Coronavirus wasn't out like it is now. So I had no idea what that dream meant. But now, of course, I understand it more and more. The corona came from the east. Okay. And as I also told you that if you go to Revelation 12th chapter, the great red dragon in Revelation 12th chapter is Satan. Okay. But Satan is going to come down and possess the Chinese army. The Chinese government is going to take on a new international symbol. And that new international symbol is going to be a red dragon. 7 heads, 10 horns, 10 crowns. Each head is going to represent a nation: Korea, Vietnam, Taiwan, some other countries. And speaking of Taiwan, I'm expecting the United States to go to war with Taiwan. But I do expect the United States to betray Taiwan. I do expect the United States to uh, bail out on Taiwan. I don't expect the United States to stand with Taiwan. I think the United States is going to abandon Taiwan in the middle of the conflict. I believe the United States is going to betray some other nations. And this is one of the things going to cause the nations to join with China and Russia against the United States. Okay, so China is going to take on a new international symbol, and it's going to be a red dragon, the one that's in the book of Revelation. Then a lot of people's eyes are going to be open. Also, in the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter, it says Satan drew 1/3 of the stars, the red dragon did, and threw them to the earth. We are going to see red UFOs more often. I remember many, many years ago, I saw a huge red UFO on the East Coast over Virginia. Okay, was huge. This was a very large ship. We will have an alien invasion, and you will see. And for the first time, I was looking at the internet, YouTube the other day, and for the first time, I saw a red UFO. Okay, and I saw many years ago, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 years ago, God showed me these red ships. They were docked somewhere in outer space, and I heard the Lord say they are coming here. So we're going to have, you can expect red UFOs to be appearing in our skies. And the great China is going to take on the national symbol of a great red dragon. Okay? And they are the ones that's going to enforce the mark of the beast. Now, what we're dealing with right now is the mandatory free medicine that Biden is offering us. It comes from the beast. It is of the beast. I'll put it that way. It is of the beast. I can't say exactly what it is, but you know what I'm talking about. The free mandatory soda pop, free mandatory medicine. But what it is not the full-blown mark of the beast. Okay, it is not. The red dragon is not enforcing draconian rule. Okay, not yet. But what we are dealing with now here is the serpent. Okay, what we're dealing with now is the mark of the beast in infant stage. Okay, it's in baby stage. It's the beginning stage. It's like when we started the automobile and the telephone. Okay, that brought about a great change for this country and for the world. When the first automobile was made, we left the horse and buggy and we went to the automobile, and so that brought about a major change for everybody. But can you imagine trying to run a business now with a horse and buggy and Pony Express without modern day transportation and without modern day communication, modern day devices like the phone and computers to communicate with? We couldn't do it. Okay, but in the beginning, when they first made the telephone, first made the car, that was the baby stage. That was the beginning. We are in the beginning and the baby stage, the infant stage of the mark of the beast. That's what this is. The free mandatory medicine. That's what this is, y'all. This is the baby beast. This is the baby serpent. But he is going to grow into a full-grown dragon. Okay? Like our transportation, like our communication devices, is we're a long ways from where we started. Well, this serpent this baby beast, this infant mark of the beast, is going to grow into a full-grown dragon. The coronavirus started in the east, like I saw in my dream. Okay, those red cluster of red stars. And when you look on the internet and look up coronavirus, the images of coronavirus, they look like red stars. Okay, so it all started in the east. But now the Bible said that the red dragon is going to give its power and authority, to the beast. Okay, the other beast, the first beast, and then that beast is going to enforce the mark. That mark is going to be very damaging. Okay, that mark is going to do exactly what they're trying to do now. They're trying to merge your DNA with alien DNA. They're trying to eradicate the human genes. Okay, and this is going to cause for some people, not God's people. God's people, no weapon formed against us is going to prosper. Okay, you speak that over yourself. Pray the blood of Jesus over yourself, over your wife, over your children. No weapon formed against you all will prosper. But for some people, this is going to really damage them psychologically. It's going to cause some kind of altering of their emotions. Okay, this is not going to be good psychologically for people. What I see is what the Bible called demon possession. Okay, it's going to bring about demon possession globally. Okay, that's what this mark is going to do, because after all, you're going to be taking this draconian DNA. Okay, and they're going to be merging humans' genes with your genes, their genes with yours. Okay, and so this is going to cause for demon possession. And one thing you're going to find is during this time is that people are going to stand up and blaspheme God. You're going to hear a lot of blaspheming of God. Okay, we know that the Bible said the blasphemy was written on the heads of the beasts. Okay, we know that in 2 Thessalonians also that it talks about that the Antichrist and the man of sin, or he's a blasphemer. Okay, you're going to see a lot of blaspheme coming up after people take that mark. Okay, right now, as I said, we're in the baby stage, the elementary stage with this free mandatory medicine. This is the baby stage. It's still the mark. It's still is of the mark of the beast. But when the full-blown mark comes, and it's going to cause people to blaspheme God. You're going to see a lot of blaspheming. You're going to see demon possession. Okay? When the Antichrist enter into the temple of God, Satan is going to enter into the temple of man. We are his temple. And Satan is going to possess men. And one of the ways he's going to do it is through this free mandatory medicine. Okay? Um, I hope I'm explaining this. This is a lot for me. I'm just really trying to understand a lot of this. But there's gonna be a lot of blasphemy against God. There's gonna be a lot of betrayal. You're gonna see a lot of betrayal. A lot of you listen to me. You're gonna have people that's gonna betray you. You've heard me talk about that in my other videos. And when I talked about it in my other videos, I didn't have the understanding that I have now about it. But I knew that betrayal, many of you are going to experience betrayal by people that you love and you care about, you trust. People you trust, they're going to betray your trust. Okay? Uh, Peace is going to be taken from the earth. People are going to be fighting more than they're ever going to be fighting. Anarchy is going to be ruling. We're going to see anarchy taking over this country. And when they do, that's when Russia is going to strike this country with nukes. Okay, and that's when China, the Red Dragon, is going to invade this country. Wow, y'all, I'm telling you, we are in for something. But the Christians, all we have to do is hold fast to Christ. Hold fast to Christ. He's going to bring us straight through this. Okay? Here we are at the baby stage, the infant stage of the mark of the beast. And there are a lot of Christians still think the church is going to be raptured before the tribulation. The church will not be raptured before the tribulation. Absolutely not. I will stand on it with my life if I have to. The church will not be raptured before the tribulation. Then some people say, well, God has not appointed us to wrath. No, he has not appointed us to wrath, but part of the church is going to be taken before the tribulation, okay, because God is not going to allow them to go through the tribulation. There are some people God is not going to allow to go through the tribulation. Okay, they have served their time. They did their job. And then there's going to be a lot of people going to be taken in the middle of the tribulation. They're going to have to go through the tribulation to be purged, according to the book of Daniel. They have to go through to be purged. And a lot of them are going to be beheaded in the tribulation. Because we know in the book of Revelation it said the saints prayed to God, Lord, how long will it be before you avenge us on the earth? And God told them that until the rest of you all are killed. Okay, so there's a certain number that's going to have to be killed during the tribulation, saints. The Bible also said that the beast overcame the saints during the tribulation. But then there's this church, the Bible said that he will keep them out, the Revelation, one of the seven churches, he will keep them from the hour of temptation. Okay, now, there's a way he's going to keep them. He's going to keep them the same way he kept Daniel in the lion's den. He's going to keep them the same way he kept the Hebrew boys in the fiery furnace. He's going to keep them the same way he kept the children of Israel in Goshen during the plagues of Egypt. He's going to keep the church the same way. He's going to prepare a table before them in the presence of their enemies. He's going to keep them right here on earth, but he's going to keep them and protect them and keep them safe right here on earth. Okay? There's a group that's going to be kept and secured. There's a group that's going to be martyrs. And there's a group that's going to be taken before the tribulation. All this can be explained from Scripture. All of it. I have no doubt about what I'm saying. God has thoroughly taught me about the second coming. And it's my job to spread this and to try to help as many as I can to understand the second coming of Christ. Okay? Now, China is going to take on the symbol of the red dragon. Russia is going to take on an international symbol of the other beast. Okay? The other beast that had a body like a leopard in Revelation had a body like a leopard. He had 7 heads, 10 horns, and 7 crowns, I believe. Had a body like a leopard, feet like a bear, and a mouth like a lion. But he did not have eagle's wings because why? America is destroyed. America is no longer a powerful nation like it was. Okay, in the book of Daniel, that lion had eagle's wings, but in the book of Revelation, it does not. the eagle wings are taken or plucked out, okay? Because America will not be the superpower that it is now. So the red dragon, what we are dealing with now with the free medicine is uh, this free medicine, free mandatory medicine. It is the baby beast. It is the uh, it is the baby serpent. It is in the infant stage. It's the baby mark. Okay, and I strongly urge, I strongly advise all of y'all, if you have not taken that free mandatory uh, stuff, don't take it. Okay, there's going to be serious implications, some serious side effects behind that. I'm saying I believe. Let's see, I believe the year 2023, about the middle of 2023, we're going to see some strange things taking place with some people. I won't say everybody, because I do believe that God's people are protected. I believe God's people are protected from this free mandatory Kool-Aid or soda pop or medicine, whatever you want to call it. I believe God's people are protected. In the dreams that I shared with you last week, I said in those dreams to the people that was trying to give me this free medicine that it wasn't going to hurt me, okay? It's not going to hurt your wife, your children, your husband, okay? You guys remain under the blood of Christ, and you'll be just fine, okay? Okay, also in the book of Revelation, it tells us that the dragon is going to give its power to the beast, okay? Remember, the coronavirus started with China, the red dragon, okay? That coronavirus started with her, with China, okay? But China, remember that last dream I told you about last week? China was issuing the free mandatory medicine to the Americans. Remember that? Okay, they were enforcing it on the Americans. Now this red dragon is going to give its power to the beast, okay? And the beast is going to enforce the mark, all right? Now, those who take the mark, then they won't be saved. I don't think they'll be saved, okay? They won't be saved, and this is going to change them forever if they take that mark in. All right. Right now, we're still under God's grace, and the baby serpent, or the baby dragon, or the baby serpent, the infant mark of the beast can't harm us. But for some people, it will. Okay. Now I know this sounds kind of crazy, sounds far-fetched, but you know what? Over the course of 30 years, God has shown me a lot of things, man, in dreams. I cannot doubt Him now. I cannot, and I will not. He has shown me, He has proven things to me in dreams. He has proven. So much so, I decided to put a lot of those things in a book. Many of you probably saw my book on Facebook and YouTube. But I put a lot of those things in a book. And a lot of those things have already happened that I predicted in that book. So I'm confident in what I'm saying. This is what we're dealing with. We are dealing with the baby beast, the baby serpent. And in the book of Revelation, it says the dragon is the old serpent. There's serpent in the book of Genesis. Okay, that's what that red dragon. The red dragon is the serpent in the book of Genesis. And so this is what we're dealing with now. We're dealing with the serpent, the baby, the infant, the beginning stage of the mark of the beast. Okay? So this is the reason why some people die from it. Okay? They are trying to merge our genes with alien genes. And I believe it's draconian. Because the Bible said that the dragon drew 1/3 of the stars, and they came here. And I remember many years ago, as I said earlier in this video, I saw red ships. They were headed here to Earth. And to my surprise, the other day, I looked on the internet and I saw a red UFO. I have never seen a red UFO before. Okay, but anyway, I know this sounds far-fetched. If this sounds weird, strange, far-fetched, unbelievable to you, this video is not for you. This is for people who have an ear to hear. The Bible, Christ said, let he that have an ear to hear, let him hear. Okay, but people who don't, this just sounds like rubbish, then this is not for you. Hopefully you catch on later. I hope so. But anyway, y'all, things are going to change. I believe things are going to change drastically. And as I told you on my last video, I told you a dearth was coming. And we've been expecting this for a very long time. It's just time to prepare. Put your faith in Christ and believe him with all your heart. Oh, and one more thing I want to add. You know, the tension between China and Taiwan is mounting. It's becoming more severe. I told you all years ago that China was going to go to war with Taiwan. They're going to bomb Taiwan. I don't know what implications it's going to have for the United States, but it's going to have an impact on the United States when this happens. But I do believe this. I do